Hello everybody! Lately I watched some of Khan's gameplay for Railroads Online. If you don't know who Khan is, check out the link in the description. He's a pretty awesome Let's Player for everything technical. And I figured pretty fast that one of the main problems in this game is laying straight tracks, and even more problematic repairing a piece of track in a curve in a way that it's still smooth and doesn't have any kinks or sharp edges in it. So today I'm going to show you 3 methods that hopefully is going to help you with exactly those problems and will be a step forward to a faster and nicer track laying experience. Okay, first off, let me show you how to lay a straight anywhere in your railroads. First, build a crossover at the end of your track. Second, build a second crossover inside of the track, so in front of the first crossover you built. Now you can delete the first crossover and build a straight line from the end of the crossover to the beginning of the crossover. Now you have a start point and you can press your left Alt key to build straight away, or even a curve if you want to, but you can build in a straightaway pretty fast, however far you want, without having to build thousands of crossovers or anything like that. Like you can see, a perfect straight. Now we just need to delete the crossover and the first piece of track we built. I'm trying to aim the demolition tool at the track itself to make sure that I delete the right one. I had some trouble when I aimed at the beams. But as you can see, perfect smooth track, no corners and perfectly straight. So next up I'm going to show you how to repair a piece of the track inside of a curve, or what you do if you deleted one by accident. If you just build a rail between the two parts, you're going to have ugly kinks like that in your rails. We don't want that. So we're going to delete that again. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start 2 track pieces early. And just link them in like you normally could. Link them at the same spot again. And then you can continue your curve and have an easy fit to close your gap in the track and have an easy, even, smooth curve at the end. But one thing we need to do at the end is we have some double pieces now. Aim at the track itself to make sure that you select the right piece to delete. You do not need to delete the pieces where you can't see a difference, but of course you can do so. It's a little bit easier on your save file. And easy at that, you have an even curve, pretty clean, and can repair any curve in your game now if you did a mistake, if you deleted one piece by accident or anything like that. So lastly, I want to show you how I lay my tracks mainly. I'm using a 2-way nearly everywhere on my map, and this helped me a lot to laying those tracks. You can do it for single track as well, but it really helps with 2 ways. So first I'm just going to lay my track just on the ground floor with any groundworks, whatever. And I'm using the left Alt key to fix my tracks and use the curve radius to make sure that I have nice even curves and that they are not more than 20 degrees, so that my trains won't derail and can go pretty speedy over them. Just like your track wherever you want them and however you like them. Now that I laid my tracks, I'm going to continue with groundworks. You could start off with those as well, especially if you want to cover a lot of ground. That might be very beneficial for you. So use the stone wall. It's very important that you use a stone wall, and you lay the tracks next to where you want your track to be. Or if you do a dual railway, lay it in between where you want your tracks to be. Build them up to the end of the tracks, and then delete the tracks you built earlier, if you have built them earlier, all the way to the end. For the next part, it's important that you always start from the same direction. Next, we're going to build our final rails. We're just going to use the outside part of the wall as a guide to where we want to lay our tracks. Just go through and always click on the outside. If you go on the curve, you see that the stone wall has some little kinks. Always try to build the track on, or at least close to, those kinks. That makes it a lot easier to have an even curvature. Next, if you have a two-way railway, build them on the other side of the stone wall as well. Again, make sure that you start from the same direction. Now all we need to do is delete the old stone wall and replace it with whatever groundwork you want to use. Try to link it with the tracks itself. That way you can make sure that the spacing is more even and the curvature is exactly the same than the tracks themselves are. You can use whatever groundworks or even bridges you prefer for that. Grades, stone wall, doesn't matter, both looks really nice. With the spacing on the outside of the stone walls, the spacing is pretty perfect to have two stone walls exactly right next to each other and have this nice little bit thicker border in between of the tracks. I think it's just perfect. Well, don't miss my new segment at the end of the video, the UTE, and please subscribe, like, and press the bell icon. Today's UTE. Did you know that flamingos chicks are born white and get their color by drinking a blood red milky substance from their parents called blood milk? While the flamingos feeding their chicks that way, they actually get paler because, well, more or less they give their color to their offspring, which is why there have been many stories and tales that flamingo babies actually drink the blood of their parents to get more healthy and get more color, and that's why the parents get paler, because they have severe blood loss.